Ah! Not the juice box. Oh my god. Hello, welcome. Oh, no, never mind, you left. Oh, that's fine. Just trying to get set up in here. Hello, I'm just trying to get my tripod to work with me. Right now, it is not wanting to work with me, and my partner will be joining shortly. Oh my goodness. Can I get this thing to work? Stinking dollar store tripod. Hello, folks. Hello, everybody who's joined. We will be getting into it shortly. I'm just waiting for my partner to join. She'll be here any minute. I'm also trying to get my stinking tripod to stop trying to tip over. Ah, there she is. Come here. Come on. Invite. Oh, there we go. Hello. Now, let's get this to be... Ah, you're gone. Okay, invite again. Oh my god, why will you not work with me, tripod? Worked last time. She's coming. She will. Like, I know, you got kicked out and I don't know why. How do I invite you again? Add you? That work? Oh, there we go. Okay. Hello.
Okay, let me put my thing back here. Little bit of technical difficulties. So let's figure out how we can fix the camera angle to do a side-by-side moment before we get started.
Right. Hello, everybody. Sorry that it's taking so long for us to get sorted out here, but we're just trying to... So I can send to friends. I can shrink you. Whoa. Come on. Now you're tiny.
I'm but a tiny human. I think we're good.
Oh, I could turn off your camera. How do people do that? How do they make it so that... If anybody in the chat knows how to do this, can you please help us? We don't know.
Oh.
I know I've seen people do side to side, so
Right.
I don't know. Yes. Oh, please do ask a question. We're giving away free readings as well. We're just on the struggle bus today, apparently.
Yes.
Yes.
How
All right. Well, I guess we'll just take turns being the main one on the screen. Is my third eye open? I keep having crazy dreams. Well, it's hard for me to say if your third eye is open. Do you feel it? Do you like notice more around you? Your third eye is more like how you can see the like energies and stuff around you, and that's my understanding of it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's more a question you... Oh, sorry, go ahead,
dreams,
Robyn.
Do you feel how do you feel about the dreams that you do receive? What kind of experiences do you have throughout the day? Do you notice that your intuition is calling at you more often? Are you finding yourself feeling more connected to your surroundings in your day to day? Do you feel? I keep seeing purple blobs sometimes.
Now, are you seeing them in like your mind's eye or in like like real life, like your main, like two eyeballs. Because if it's your eyeballs, definitely like get it. Always go mundane first before magical every single time. Because like seeing shadows and stuff could be like an early sign of glaucoma. So it's always best to check with your doctor first. And foremost, always go into things with like a skeptical eye. Like I was raised by very skeptical people in real life. I would definitely say like check with your doctor first because like I've been I've been practicing witchcraft for like 13 years now, and like I don't really usually see shapes and stuff so much. Like it depends. See, like when we were in cemetery, like trying to talk to spirits and stuff, we saw stuff out of the corner of our eyes, like kind of darting between the tombstones and whatnot. But like as for like shadows and stuff in like that you're like directly looking at and you're seeing, always check with the mundane first. And if you can't get any answers, like there's no harm in doing like a cleansing moment. I literally just cleansed my house today. I took a an incense, rose incense, and I went around my whole house saying like, "This is my house. If you aren't a good vibe, get out." You know. So it never hurts to cleanse. You could do with smoke, with sound, like even in the shower if you're putting intention into it. Um, you might just be starting to go down your own witchy little path, and it's like this is your path to decide like what's legit and what isn't legit. But always, if you're seeing stuff that's like kind of weird, it's best to go and talk to a doctor.
Yes. Yeah.
I keep having pregnancy dreams, like loading pregnancy tests and an alien giving me advice. Hmm.
Okay, so when and I don't want to say this is true for you too, but when I was having my children, I had dreams of it before I found out I was pregnant for both. So, um, you could very well be having dreams that are speaking to you and letting you know. Um, and it also could very well be a dream meaning something different. Like maybe you are craving a more genuine connection in your real life. So, like when you think about becoming a parent, you are connecting to yourself in a different way because you've created this human being. And when they're born into your life, you are now nurturing them in a way that, maybe you had hoped to be nurtured in your own life growing up. And so that dream could be talking to you about needing deeper connections in your real day-to-day life, a craving
Mm-hmm.
for that. And it could even suggest craving a deeper connection with yourself. So if you're in here talking about, is my third eye more opened and all that stuff, you're trying to find a connection to yourself spiritually and in your life more spiritually. So I would suggest continuing on that path. Continue seeking out ways to connect to yourself more deeply and more genuinely, and from a really loving space too. So could it be new beginnings? So yes, absolutely, it could be discussing new
For
beginnings.
sure. Yeah, for sure. And like don't disregard any of those like tingly little feelings that you get when you think about it. Like when the hairs like stand on end on your arms, like that's a good sign that what you're speaking is truth. Or at least you're getting towards something that makes sense for you. If you want, we can do a quick little reading to see um like what you need to know right now and just in general if you'd like. Or even just pull an oracle card if you don't want some hard truths, because I know tarot can be a little bit not gentle. Can I
So I'm
ask about my
pulling
love
heart.
life? Of course.
So
Like
we're
when my
going
grandma
to
died at her funeral, I saw her on the side, in the side of my eye. Oh, you might have like some mediumship skills if you might be like somewhat connected to being able to see into the past the veil, you know? Okay, so who was that asked? Heart and soul life coaching. Yes, you can absolutely ask about your love life. Um Whatever I need to know about my love life. Okay.
So Ariel, do you want to make your screen bigger so if you're
Oh,
doing the
yes,
reading?
for sure. Oh, what was that?
Sam, I will do
Huh?
yours next.
Oh, okay. That's how I flip it. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Jamie, what do you need to know about your love life? Okay. I'm seeing that you're leaving behind likely a tumultuous relationship that kind of like weighed onto your soul. That might have been your most recent relationship. Or if that doesn't ring true for your most recent relationship, it could be um, one further back that you look back on fondly and would like that sort of same vibe in the future. And also I've pulled the High Priestess reversed, so it's like you're not quite getting the lessons to be learned from this past relationship. So this is going to require a little bit of more like feeding into yourself, letting your feelings come out. Maybe start journaling. Just start writing and see whatever comes out without what's it called? Without any judgment, without passing judgment on any of the words that come out. Just to kind of get what your subconscious is trying to let you know, because right now you're not hearing what your subconscious wants to let you know. You're just kind of like thinking from a logical place, if that makes sense. And there is a lesson to be learned. Um, there's a lesson to be learned through sleep, through your dreams. Um, Interesting. So I would say maybe tonight or whatever night actually fits your schedule, because like who knows? I don't know your schedule. I don't know your life, but um, next time you have the moment, take brew yourself a cup of chamomile tea, and while you're brewing it, while the hot water is going in, I want you to like visualize getting these insightful dreams coming to you through the chamomile leaves, and the flowers and whatnot. Um, Really like breathe that in and do this just before you go to sleep. And honestly, chamomile is so good for getting you to sleep too. So I feel like that's going to really help you pull out the information that your subconscious is desperately trying to get you to know. So yes, there's definitely lessons to be learned, and you will learn them through your dreams. I dream every night and remember them. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so jealous. Like, I very rarely remember my dreams. When I was a kid, I had like a month long, just like every single night, the same nightmare. And it just continued. Like every single night, I would have the same one. And then just blocked out all of my dreams from that point on. And I rarely remember them. So I'm always jealous of people who can remember their dreams. Okay.
Okay, so the next one was Sam. Let's switch up the image box. Sam, your question is my family complete? First, I want to say you're welcome to Hope, because she had commented, thank you for the advice. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us and asking your questions. So Sam, is your family complete? You want to know if there's more to come. Okay, so the cards that I pulled are the Druid, the Lovers, and the Five of Cups. So what I'm getting from here is between the Druid and the Lovers, there's a wish that you are sending out there between you and your partner. You do desire a loving home, a loving family. The Druid talks about divine timing. So I feel like the things you truly want and desire will come to you, but all in timing. So there's a lot of patience to be had. The Lovers is talking to me about focusing on what you have right now, the love that you already have within your home, within your family, within that dynamic. Focus there and kind of let go of expectations. So you have the wish in your heart, you have the goal in your heart. There is something that more that you want for your family, and that will come all in divine timing. Focusing too hard on that could be making, so the Five of Cups warns that you might lose sight of what you already have going on in your life right now because you're focused on what you haven't got yet. So I want to say the future is still unwritten. I don't have a definitive yes or no, but I am being told to let you know that what you have right now is already complete as it is, and anything else that is welcomed into your family and welcomed into your life will be a bonus, and it will happen when the time is right. So unfortunately I don't have a definitive yes or no, but I do have a clear direction that, especially with the Five of Cups here, you don't want to find yourself focusing too much on what could be. And the Lovers and the Druid are telling me that you need to redirect and focus and appreciate and feel gratitude and hold space for what already is. Nurturing what already is, watering the soil that you stand on right now, and be excited for the surprises that life is going to bring to you. What kind of flowers are going to grow from that? So hopefully that can provide you with some comfort.
All right. And our next one, April, does Cole still have feelings? Let's see. I'll do this one. And then after, oh, cute. That is the best reaction we can get. Sam, wow, this really resonates to me as we have 4 kids right now. Wow, goosebumps. Thank you. Yes, you can ask another question. It'll just go, we're going first come, first serve kind of thing. To the best of our ability anyway. Okay, April, does Cole still have feelings? Let's see. Does Cole still have feelings for April? One more shuffle. Sometimes the deck just needs an extra shuffle. It seems like he's a bit torn. He likely looks back fondly on your relationship, but the way it must have ended may not have been something he wants to repeat. And it looks like he's aiming for new beginnings with somebody else, ideally. So he does have feelings, but I don't think he's going to be coming back with those feelings. And even if he does, I don't think that this is a very, like, I don't want to say meaningful, because it does have meaning. It has a lesson for each of you to learn. You're both a lesson to each other, but this is not the be all and end all relationship. There's still more to come. Right now, you should focus on getting balanced, and he needs to focus on that as well. Yeah, it feels like he's really torn, but even if he does come back, don't take him back, because you guys need to separate your ways, go and do your own thing. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see who was next. We have Cosmic Comedy Reader. Can you do a career? I've got so many ideas and I'm in a shelter and can't find childcare I trust. Well, that sounds like a very tricky situation. Robyn, do you want to take this one?
Sure, yes.
Here you go. Trying to go back and forth, you know.
So your question was career. Okay.
Ah, that's so cool. You're wearing my favorite color, mustard yellow.
So the Princess of Pentacles. Also, oh,
Ooh.
you're well. Thank you for saying that. So the Princess of Pentacles, surrounded by mustard yellow, is your first card.
Oh,
The Eight of
interesting. I've got
Swords is the
goosebumps already.
second. And the King of Pentacles is your third card. Okay, so Princess of Pentacles is someone who's very ambitious. So you, right? You have, like you were saying, you have a lot of ideas, a lot of goals, a lot of dreams. You don't know where to begin. You're very ambitious. You have it in your mind's eye. You know that you need something. You just don't know how to get there. The Eight of Swords, this is, all the worries are locked up in your mind. So the Swords is very much about your mind, about ideas, about where you might be in your mental state. So you have a lot of different things that you're worrying about, childcare. You're saying that you live in a shelter currently, so I'm sure that you're trying to lift yourself and your child up out of this, or children, out of your current situation. You want something better. And that probably causes a lot of sleepless nights and makes you worry a lot. And that in itself can be really hard to pinpoint a direction, pinpoint an idea to start with. It can really cause a lot of cloud and fog around all the ambitious ideas that you have. And I want to say that you have very many great ideas, and any one of those that you pick will be able to propel you to a more abundant future. So the King of Pentacles shows a clear upgrade. So you're going to be able to figure out what it is that you need to do, and it's going to bring you to the space that you need to be. It's just a matter of I'm not going to say like throw away your worries. It's really hard to not worry when you're in a position that you find yourself in. So I don't want to minimize that by saying just don't think about it, because that's easier said than done. But I do want to assure you that you're going to be able to find the idea that works. So childcare being a major issue, you don't know who you can trust. It's okay to be picky about childcare. Okay, I just want to say that. I know for myself, there's always a solution. It's just a matter of where you find your answers. I myself am a single mother, and childcare was a huge block between me and working. I struggled for a very long time financially because my kids are my everything, and I don't want to hand them off to somebody and have that be the biggest mistake of my life. So I completely understand where you're coming from. What happened for me was I found a job that allowed me to bring my child to work. So I was cleaning in an Airbnb while it helped me get off my feet to get to the next job that was far more fulfilling for me. So perhaps there is an answer out there that that maybe you don't want to look at currently, that actually is going to be super beneficial for you. So perhaps maybe looking into jobs that you otherwise wouldn't necessarily consider as a starting point to help you get to the next one. So whatever your big idea is, whatever your end game is, understand that there are always steps in between end game. So try getting out of your own head and get a little creative. Okay, where can I start? What is a small thing that I could start with, and then build from there. So like I said, perhaps there is even a job similar to cleaning Airbnbs where you work alone and you can bring your child with you.
Probably the cleaning Airbnb idea you had. Yeah, honestly, that sounds like a very good option. Trying to find a place where you can bring your kid with you sounds like your best bet. So keep looking. You got this. I know it feels like you don't, but you've got this.
Yeah. And I like the King of Pentacles is showing me, and so your starting point being the Princess of Pentacles and your end game being the King of Pentacles, you are well on your way to the upgrade that you are looking to achieve. Like, it is going to happen for you. And I wish you all the luck. I hope that the Airbnb thing is something, or something similar, is super good for you. I know that it helped me tremendously. So Thank you so much for your question. I hope that was helpful.
Oh, sending you all the love and support, like spiritually and mentally. I don't know, it's a tough situation. Go on a job website and search up that particular kind of job. That is a really good idea. Thank you. Jamie, that's right. Your name was Jamie. Will I stay with my current partner into marriage? Let's check that out. All right, let me get expanded again. Okay. Let's see. Jamie, will you stay with your current partner until marriage? Okay. You might be overlooking some things that will make that difficult in the future. So, okay, I've been with my partner for going on 16 years now. And it every day is a choice. You have to choose to like be there and be present, and being able to set strong and clear boundaries is truly the key to having that relationship last a very long time. So right now, like all these cards came up reversed. The Three of Chalices, the Moon, and the Ace of Swords. So this is kind of telling me that you're maybe not getting the support that you need. You're not listening to the little tiny red flags that are going on, and you're not setting those clear boundaries and maybe letting things build up. So if you want this relationship to work and last a really long time, you got to deal with the uncomfortability of setting those clear boundaries. And if your partner is also looking to make this relationship last a long time, then they too need to be able to look at themselves and be like, oh, I really messed up and I hurt my partner's feelings and I need to change my behavior. I like my husband, we've had so many things where I'm like, okay, you stop speaking the way you're speaking to me, sir. I do not find it funny. And then he's like, oh, dang. And then changes it. I am not sure he is able to grow with me, is what I've been questioning lately. And that very well might be true. Like you might be really, really wanting it to work out and putting your all into it. But if he's not also doing that, then you're kind of setting yourself up to be in an unfulfilling relationship where you feel trapped in the future. You got to think about future you as well. And that may be hard. Like I know once we reach like a certain age, it becomes like kind of scary getting out there and dating and whatnot. But like it's totally possible that you haven't met the person that you're meant to be with, or that your husband or your partner just really needs to put in that effort. And if you make this like clear boundary and like that you want him to grow with you and put in the effort, maybe that's all he needs to get spurred into action. Makes sense. Yes, I can overthink things. I feel you. Oh my God.
Update.
Forever overthinking over here. I just feel inclined to also pull an oracle card for this one. So let's just see what comes up. Oh, in there. It's a time for healing. So it's time to speak up. Let your grievances, air them out, and it'll really, like, it might feel really difficult and icky and like, oh God. Just before you say it, you might cry, he might cry, there might be a lot of yelling or whatnot, but like, it's one of those things that you just kind of gotta do to get the result that you want. So thank you for letting me do that reading, and thanks for joining the live. And I think you followed us, didn't you? Thank you for everybody who has followed us and has liked the live. We very much appreciate it.
Yes.
It makes it much more enjoyable to come on here and give away some free readings.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And your any engagement that you have with this live really helps push us out there. And so that's very much appreciated.
Oh, absolutely.
Tired of the reasons why he is down all the
Oof. Yes, I do feel that. I do feel that sometimes, and especially when you feel like you're the only one putting in the effort in like into the relationship or even into the household. Like just little things like I felt very overwhelmed before. My husband works all day and I'm like a stay-at-home mom, but I'm also starting my own business. And I was feeling very overwhelmed with having to do the same tasks every day. Like the dishes, they just pile up. And if it's just me doing it, it's like, oh my God. So we figured out a schedule where each day we take turns doing all the dishes of that day, all the laundry of that day. And then suddenly I'm no longer burnt out and overwhelmed. So just,
Yeah. Because we all have reasons why we're down or reasons why we're not feeling good. And like it can be hard when you're the only person who's pouring support into your partner. And it can,
yes.
and I could totally understand how it could feel overwhelming and probably burns you out when if if that's not being returned, if it's not being reciprocated. So like what Ariel's describing is a relationship where there's reciprocation, but there wouldn't be if she never spoke up, right? If she never talked to
It's
him and
true.
told him these things are bothering her, he would never know and there would be no room to change. But
Yeah.
the same thing could be said for if you are speaking up, like you are the person who's supportive, but you are speaking up and saying, I'm overwhelmed, and they're still not able to step outside of themselves and understand that you're a human being and an equal member of that relationship, that's an issue too. So if that's why you're feeling maybe like he's not willing to grow with you, that's a major problem, and you have to be able to figure out what your boundaries are within the relationship, how long you're willing to put up with this, how long you're willing to be patient, how much of your own energy you're willing to pour into this person, and then
Hmm.
draw a clear line and be strong and make a decision. Do I stay? Do I go? It's scary to leave
Yeah.
because you're used to what's familiar, and it's just equally scary to stay because nothing's going to change. It's just more of the same.
Oh, exactly. And like if you keep on saying the same thing and they just keep disregarding your boundaries, then like why? Why stay with them? From a healer, how the hell do I leave when I feel he can change? See, that's hard because
Yes.
you feel like you can fix them and whatnot because you're a healer, you're a giving person, you want to help people. I feel that same seas. But at some point he's got to heal himself. He's got to be the one to pick himself up. You can't force somebody to change. They got to want to change. And if they're not going to change for you or themselves, then maybe you just need to go move on. Cuz like what's the point in staying somewhere that you feel underappreciated, burnt out and overwhelmed
Yeah.
when you're gonna if you move out and go on your own you're still gonna feel burnt out, overwhelmed, and all that, but you won't have to also be worrying about somebody else and taking care of a full grown man child, you know.
Yes.
Exactly, maybe me leaving is the reason he heals, you know. We all got to reach rock bottom, and maybe that rock bottom is losing like one of the most important people in his life, and then he looks back on that like, wow, I messed up, you know. You never know. But you
And I
do
just
need
want to.
to. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and like, provided your relationship isn't abusive, if it does end because it's just hard to make that connection and you're just really tired of being the only one supporting and trying to uplift somebody, it is okay to walk away and allow them to understand that they need to make changes. Like Ariel was saying, everyone has their own rock bottom. But
Hmm.
you know, in my case with my relationship right now, we were together 5 years ago, and I left the relationship because I wasn't ready. I needed a lot of healing. I was the problem, and I recognized that. And I wasn't ready for someone like my partner, and I saw myself having a lot of really unhealthy patterns, and I had to make the decision to heal. So I ended up being single for 5 years. I just really, really worked on myself. I just made me the focus. But you have to be the decider of your own healing, right? You have to be able to say, this is my rock bottom, or this is my wake up call. For me, having a beautiful person such as my partner come into my life and show me all these wonderful things, and me recognizing my thoughts about these wonderful things and my behaviors in reaction to these wonderful things, I realized it wasn't healthy, and I'm the one who had to come to that realization. He didn't say anything to me at all about my behavior or anything. And to be completely honest, I don't think he knew, because it was all in my mind. I was thinking all these very unhealthy thoughts, and then I had decided, like, my wake-up call was being treated with love and kindness and understanding and patience, and my reaction being so unhealthy about it, it like made me freak out on the inside. And I was like, I got some shit to do. And so I broke up with him. I left that relationship, and 5 years later we ended up finding each other unintentionally again. And we've been together for a year, and things are going really well. And at the end of the day, they have to be their own choice. They have to choose them in order to make any real change for themselves. We Absolutely. Can tell someone all we want, like, I love you, I see all this potential in you, I know you, as healers, as someone who's like super empathetic and really wants to see the best in people and help the people we love grow. It's very easy to fall into the trap of, let me help you fix you. And sometimes that inspiration could just be, you showed your support, you showed your love, you showed your patience and understanding, and then you walked away, because you're also important too. You deserve your love, you deserve your patience and understanding, and if they are ready to heal, they will heal. But you don't want to make yourself sick trying to help someone who's not ready to heal.
Absolutely. And like, for example, so somebody that I know, a couple that I know, they had kids together. They were married together for a very long time. Realized that they weren't good together, that neither of them were good together. And the lady left the man, and he was absolutely just shattered from it. But since then, he's been growing, changing himself, and he's realized that their relationship was never healthy. They brought out the worst in each other. And now he's become just like the best dad ever. He's out in nature all the time. He's really like coming into his own person. And so is she. She's coming into her own person and figuring out her own stuff and like who she really is, because she was stuck in this toxic relationship. She didn't know who she was. He didn't know who he was. And now that they've separated, they're both becoming beautiful, wonderful people and becoming the best parents that they possibly can be. So truly, sometimes it's just better for everybody to just end it, even if it hurts.
Yeah. Yes, very true.
Yes. All right. Do we have anybody else that needs a question, or we can just keep chit chatting? I'm all right with that. I certainly don't mind.
We could chit chat all day, Ariel and I.
Oh, honestly, like probably could just like all day long, just chitty chatting around the Christmas tree.
Yeah. So we have about 5 people in here. So does anyone else who's sitting up there on the couches have anything that they want to talk about, or is there any questions you have for us personally?
Yes, of course. You can get another one for love, because my self-love is good, but it's still lagging. You know what? We'll send you back over here to Robyn in your favorite mustard yellow color.
Okay. Love. Self-love. Where's my thing?
Oh, some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Who's saying naughty words?
Uh-oh, who's being a naughty hoe? All right. I'm going to pull 1 tarot and 1 oracle card. You're saying naughty things? I wish I knew.
Oh my God.
Okay, so the Emperor for the tarot. I'm going to grab from my Angels and Ancestors Oracle because I've been noticing myself eyeballing it during this live, and I feel like they have something to share. Spring, see your seeds grow in the Emperor. Okay. So the Emperor is giving me, so you have a lot of responsibility in your life. You feel like you have a lot on your shoulders. There's a lot that you're looking out over, and you feel like if you have one wrong move, you're going to fail everybody who's relying on you, right? As a parent, I know this to be true. Even as a partner, how you were previously explaining that you feel as like someone who has a very healing energy, you feel this responsibility to uplift your partner, right? So those things alone are telling me what the card is telling me. You feel very responsible for everything and everyone in your life. And I feel like maybe even unnecessarily in a lot of areas. So there might be things that happen in your life that you are like, oh, it's my fault. And it absolutely you had no control over. It's not your fault. So this is telling me while you do have a good relationship to yourself, you feel very strong within yourself, there is still this piece that says in the back of your mind, if I don't take care of everything, I'm going to fall to pieces. The world will burn. And I want you to know that what you can't control, you can't control. And there's no sense in worrying about it so much that you kind of beat yourself up a little bit about it. With the Oracle card being spring and seeing your seeds grow, your focus needs to be within yourself and your child. And like you already know that. Your very first question in here was about work and childcare. It was very much about you and your child. So you're already, you have those seeds being planted. You already have lots in your mind. You're already very focused. So you're already on the right track. The only thing that's really standing in your own way is you, in the sense of how I described with the Emperor, that feeling of I'm so responsible for everything, the whole fabric of this universe. If I make one mistake, it means all of my other accomplishments are for naught. And, I think a really big thing for you to work on right now is letting go of what you can't control. Understanding that you might have this Emperor energy, like this very big responsibility within you, and you do have a lot of responsibilities and you do have a lot on your plate, so I don't want to diminish that, but I do think it's very important for you to know that in order for these seeds to grow, you gotta let go. Let go of some of the stuff that really is beyond your control. And I just want to say this, okay? The fact that you're in a shelter, the fact that you made the decision to put yourself and your child in a shelter tells me that you're in a space of need. You were in an emergency situation, and you didn't let your pride stop you from seeking help within your community and going into the shelter. Okay, so that right there, I want you to be proud of yourself for making that move. If there's anybody in your life that is making you feel down about that decision, understand that they're not in your shoes. And you made the best decision for your child. And so I want you to find examples for yourself when you're feeling hard on yourself. I want you to find, whether they're small examples or larger examples, of how you've had your own back and how you have your child's back and the good things that you're already doing. And try to not beat yourself up over stuff that you can't control. Focus on what you can, and those seeds will grow. It's like plant with all these dead limbs on it, right? All the plant is pushing out all this energy to these dead limbs that are going to go nowhere because it has no control over that. It's dead. It cannot come back to life. You got to clip those pieces off in order for the rest of the plant to flourish again. So clip off what you can't control and allow the seeds that you can control to flourish in your life.
Absolutely. And I just felt compelled to pull, well, an oracle card, but I got 3. And what came up was take time to breathe out. You and your loved ones are safe and luck is on your side. So if there's something that you were wondering if like was going to pan out for you, I would say go for it. Luck's on your side right now and you're going to be okay. It's going to be fine. It might be really uncomfortable in the moment, but it's going to be okay.
Yes.
Modeling, yes. Oh, it's already 12:54. Okay, I've got about like 5 more minutes I can be on here giving readings. So let's do our last call for readings. Anybody want a reading? Come on.
Modeling
Okay, 10 of them.
Art therapy. I love art. I do. Like, right now behind this, okay, this painting I did, my house is full of paintings. Art is my favorite way to release all of what's inside of me. When I feel like I can't deal with what's going on and I feel very overwhelmed, art is just, it's just such a powerful tool for expressing what you got going on, what you might not be able to find words for. You have a vision for it, right? So whether you just splatter color on the canvas or you whatever. Like this painting here, I didn't know what to do. I just knew I had to do something and it had to be green and yellow. And I just dipped my paint in green and yellow paint and I scribbled in the center and then the rest followed. And art therapy is just beautiful. So I seen you put "and art" on there and it just made me feel really excited, and I feel like you should absolutely continue to explore art therapy.
Absolutely. And if you're feeling stuck, one of my favorite ways to get unstuck with art is I call it the scribble game. And you literally just need a pencil and a piece of paper and you just like draw a scribble and then look at the scribble and try and pick out a picture. Draw something. It could be the wackest picture you've ever drawn, but it'll get those juices flowing and get you back into the rhythm of creating. And oh, it's so much fun. And it's even more fun when you play it with somebody else. Oh my goodness. Oh. I started playing it with my son. Oh, so good.
Yes.
And I'm into the Mama Gia trippy art.
It reminds me of, I don't know who that is, but what Ariel was saying, and then just trippy art. It was reminding me of this art that I've seen on Facebook, and I really want to do myself. So I have to buy a calendar. But what they do is, it's called a piece a day. And it's just a way to like, shake it off and just create something. If you just need to create one thing each day, this could probably be a good exercise for you. So you just get a little calendar and they're just little squares and you just put a few little blobs of color and then you squish them in, and whatever that pattern is, you just draw something within that pattern, and the image is super small, and this person creates so many really cool things, images that you see that come out of, I don't know if you've ever been like standing somewhere and you see a crack in the wall and you're like, hey, that kind of looks like a face, like you're just seeing things emerge from everyday squishes, everyday cracks, everyday blobs. And that might be something to help dust off the stagnant energy about art.
I had a pair of lips with the ocean as the bottom lip and the sunset as the top with birds. That sounds so cool. And trees for the nose? That sounds amazing. I love that.
I could see that. I could see that.
Right? Oh, I love that. Well, I hope you get back into the art of it all because the world needs more art.
Yes. And we have obviously our TikTok page, but if you follow us on Instagram as well, if you ever are creating any art that you'd like to share with us, absolutely give us a follow and send us your art. I would love to see what you create.
Yes.
I'm a art fan.
Oh, same. My mom is an artist and raised me to make much art, and I'm trying to do the same thing for my boys. And So far, they're like my fridge is plastered with their with their pictures that they've done, and every morning they make a new one. I live for it.
She just showed me something that her son made, and he made like pop-up art that was super cute and super clever. Sorry, I have a new nose ring. It's chains, and it always makes me think I have like a nose hair or something, or cat hair.
Oh, tickler.
So if I keep fingering my nose, that's why. Okay, I'm not a nose picker. But yeah, she was just showing yesterday. She was cleaning and organizing, and she's like, "Robyn, look what I just found. This has to go on the mantle." And she like put it right by their TV there because it was just too cute and creative.
So good. It's so good. My little engineer, he figured out how to make it stand up all on his own. People throw their kids' stuff out, and I would overload my collection. Honestly, like, I have a big pile right behind me that I have to go through because I just literally don't have any more space. I've got one of those accordion folders just like busting with all their art. Oh my goodness. So I've got to go through it and pick out the best ones, I guess, and save those, make a little portfolio for them.
Yes. I love that. Little scrapbook moment, if you will, of all the art over
Yes. Absolutely. All right. Well, it is about that time, 1:00 p.m. I've got to get to cleaning and organizing and rejudging my space. Yes, I've got stuff to do. Well, thank you everybody who's joined us for this live. Let us do your readings and followed us and all that. And we'll be coming on here as often as we can.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you guys. I'm so relieved today. Thank you so much for joining us, honestly. And it was really fun getting to know you. And I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed day. And I wish you all the luck on your endeavors. And
yes.
This has been a slice.
It has been. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And we'll be back another time soon. We're going to have to fly by the seat of our pants on that one. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Have a lovely day.